everyone, first, I'd like to thank Shane Robotics and JDC for powering this future today. There are many reasons that people go into patent, but not being in patent, social activism. During the 1990s, I was against injecting microchips into people. My first patent greatly slowed interest in human microchipping, and it offered new hope for safe future solutions. As of 2024, I received 8 utility patents in the field of scannable codes and 1 design patent. In 1999, my first barcode patent issued. In 2011, I launched SmartPay, a smartphone app that allowed people to make mobile payments scanning a sticker. In 2013, my first QR code patent issued. However, the Silicon Valley companies, with their big tech energy, quickly crowded me out of the QR code space. From 2014 until now, I've been sitting on the sidelines, watching the QR code system becoming robust and well understood. All the while, I've continued to develop patents, staying a few steps ahead of the innovation curve. In thinking about patents for over 20 years, I've discovered a few things. One thing I had to consider was which type of intellectual property is most important. That said, I've come to realize that utility patents, trademarks, copyrights, and even design patents are all should be considered as part of your comprehensive IP strategy. Looking at the patent for SmartPay, on the left, you'll see the concept on the left, the barcode design, the QR code. And on the right, you'll see a standard logo. Below that, you can see how the two are now merged into something new, a scannable code. This more effectively protects both types of IP, your trademarks and, in this example, the utility patent. What about copyrights? This next patent shows how, like for the scannable code, we can combine a copyrighted image with a QR code. Again, this more effectively creates protection for both types of IP as part of your comprehensive IP strategy. Finally, consider design patents to enhance your utility patents. In this last example, the combination of an ornamental design suitable for a design patent is combined with the utility function of a key that serves to lock and unlock a door. Let me say it again. Considering all types of intellectual property should be an essential part of your IP roadmap for later IP protection. When you're developing your business model, the most important thing is to get your IP into the stream of commerce before you go broke. That said, the trick is to find a viable on-ramp to get your innovation to market. What you hope for is an on-ramp that is intuitive and provides your new innovation with a smooth transition to making money. More typically, however, your on-ramp looks like this. That means you'll have to keep plugging away, hoping not to run out of cash until, with luck, you find the one. That is an on-ramp which moves you from being an unknown direct startup to being recognized by your industry, friends and family, and even your competition as an expert in your field. Unfortunately, most often finding the on-ramp isn't as simple as you thought. If it happens to you, like it has for me, one day you just have this profound sense of knowing. Suddenly you see that you must get your business model going at least 70 miles per hour to have the necessary inertia to enter the stream of commerce. Of course, If your field is time travel, you will need a DeLorean, a flux capacitor, and remember, get your business up to at least 88 miles per hour. Only then can you safely shift your business into scaling. Navigating from on-ramp to on-ramp will require you to intimately know your ecosystem. Let's keep going. Will require you to intimately know your ecosystem. You must understand how your solution is relevant to your marketplace, both now and as far into the future as you can see. You must be constantly looking at your current solution, measuring it against what the competition is bringing to the market today, while at the same time figuring out when and where your next on-ramp will ideally arrive to deliver an amazing new future innovation. At the same time, you must stay mindful of your cash reserves. Otherwise, the odds will not be ever in your favor. In closing, let me leave you with some bits of wisdom. Market timing. Market timing requires correctly anticipating the where, when, and how you're going to get to your next on-ramp. Anticipate each on-ramp, then work backwards. List out every step needed to arrive at your destination safely. That's how the astronauts reached the moon and returned alive. Be ready to pivot your business as market dynamics change. Seek out new life and new strategic partnerships whenever possible. For example, Netflix first went to Blockbuster with its video delivery system before reaching out to consumers directly. Showing respect for industry leaders now may work to highlight your value as an innovator later, especially if the industry leaders at first rejected your market solution. Community engagement. Community engagement requires making your community a learning and educational sandbox. Talk with friends, family, and focus groups. Even talk with competitors. Listen to their feedback without filters. Let them steer your market direction. Decide what you need to do next, and then act without fear. Patent insurance. You can expect that the legal cost to defend or enforce a patent may often exceed $1 million. That said, you should strongly consider having patent insurance, as it helps mitigate this huge burden. Remember, good things often take time. If getting something new and different he's realizing, it may take people a while to have that same aha moment of acceptance that you have. Patent insurance levels the playing field. So when your market is learning to appreciate your brilliant solution, you have the time you need to reach your first on-ramp and the on-ramps to follow. It also creates breathing space so you can connect and stay connected to your customers before your competition comes in to knock you off. Team building. To scale your business, you must build and create an effective team. For now, I have just 2 tips. First, look for non-resume talents. Remember the movie Rain Man with actor Tom Cruise? Dustin Hoffman's character, a person with autism, didn't know how to do a lot of things. But what he did know how to do was put the right coin in the right slot machine at the right time. That's market timing. The second thing is use borrowed perspective. It's the practical wisdom from others that saves you time as compared to figuring out things for yourself. What's an example? To paraphrase the movie Oliver here. Bugs like these don't grow on trees. You've got to get them mentors. raising capital, the more prepared you are to immediately scale. From the moment each capital round comes in, the better your chances are that you will efficiently merge onto the next round you need, so that you can keep scaling your business. Build an innovation model with the purpose for each on-ramp understood in context, from seed capital round to crowdfunding round, from crowdfunding round to Series A, from Series A to Series B, and hopefully the next big on-ramp for your innovation will be the SEC filing to become a publicly traded company. If you want to see future tech talks by Tom, please let me know. Thank you.